Hello everyone, LRon here with part 90 of my Total Terraria World Annihilation. So the good news is, before getting too deep in cutting up the videos for this cohort, I did play around with the scaling of the cameras, and I determined that having these at a third instead of a half will certainly be doable in terms of the individual screens being big enough to see what's going on. I rendered a nice little 10-second clip and determined that a third is great. It's not that much lost compared to half, so it seems like it's going to be quite a win. I'll probably start doing that next cohort. I decided against doing it this cohort for some reason or another. Probably because I wanted to give some level of warning that it was going to happen, which of course would be this right here. So while I'm still doing normal mining, I probably won't be doing the 4x speed for the mining portions, but I'll just do my standard procedure of speeding up during making deposits and getting to the mining sites, and also converting lava to obsidian and that kind of stuff, and then leaving the true mining at regular speed. So that would technically mean that it won't be the whole 6 hours condensed into 10 minutes, given the fact that they're not all going to be playing at 4x speed. But once we do get into hammer mode, then everything's going to be consistently at 4x, so that will be 6 hours played for every 10 minutes viewed. Given some statistics that I have looked at in this cohort, with various um, percentages of time spent in 4x on the more typical sets of times, and like not when I'm doing special stuff like laying out new teleporter space or the whatnot. That equated to being something on the order of like uh, 8 minutes in normal mode and like 2 minutes in fast mode. And if we assume that those numbers are accurate, then that projects to be like 2.5 hours worth of content shown on 9 screens with that given rate, um, which is still pretty darn good considering, given that 10 minutes worth all at 4x gets you 6 hours. That's a really sizable chunk. So by now you should probably know not to quote me on what's coming up next, given my track record of having a terrible gauge of how long things will take. But in in my latest analysis of what there is left and how much can be viewed simultaneously. Um, it appears like we'll probably have um, one, maybe two cohorts tops um, worth of stuff. Um, Now, granted, these are like average size cohorts, kind of like this one. Um, so I'm kind of estimating, somewhere between 1 and 2 more hours of watching time. I guess the bigger question is, can my solid state handle that much stuff? Um, So I might need to do 3 smaller cohorts or 4 or something, but you know, when we take a look at the average size of cohorts, we're usually talking on the order of 6 videos in a cohort. So we'll use that as a benchmark. I'm hoping that after this cohort, we'll only need 12 videos to get the whole job done, or less. Um, Now, of course, I've been terrible at projecting time, so I could be terribly wrong, but also, we've been at this project for a long time, so I've kind of been seeing pace. Before, I had no real point of reference and just threw numbers out of my arse that felt reasonable at the time. But now that I've done, let's see, this is approaching the 90th video, so nine. So that'd be 900 minutes if I didn't do the 4 videos or any speeding up. But I guess technically we could ignore all that because I was only considering the user's experience. So at 90 videos, that's 15 hours, and I want to say that I expected it to take somewhere from 3 to 5 hours. Um, so yeah. So my predictive track record in terms of how long it takes to do things has been pretty poor, but I'm feeling relatively confident in the reassessments that's been made at this point. The good news is I was able to free up a lot of space on my solid state. There were a few things that I was able to hypercompress and a few redundant things with my external hard drive that I decided I didn't need on hand constantly. And also, I think I may have had the one cohort sitting in the recycle bin instead of properly deleted. So that was a nice hefty chunk there. Um, so now I've got a lot more wiggle room to play with, so that's always nice. I wanted to do a little more math for you, but it looks like I won't have enough time to adequately explain it, so I will save that for next video. I will see you there.